Hey, welcome to the Corpsepaint show. Lily, tell me that your thighs are hurting.
They are. But I can't tell you why just yet.
Is there a sexy explanation for this?
Possibly.
Okay,
Possibly.
we want to hear about this. Welcome to the Corpsepaint show. In a minute, we're going to bring on ALFIE, yes, from Professor And The Madman. This is the Corpsepaint show. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
I think I can hear you.
Hey, let's say hi to ALFIE and bring him right on. We're limited time with ALFIE, so we got to make the most of this. So, ALFIE Agnew, hello from Southern California.
How's it going, you two? Good to be here.
Thanks a lot for joining us. I really do appreciate it. So, the band is Professor And The Madman. And can we pause right there and just talk about that for a second? You're the professor.
Most of the time, that's correct.
Do you still teach classes now, or?
You know, actually, I don't right at the moment. I've kind of moved into administration a little bit, but normally, yeah, my job is to teach and do research at a university during the day, and then in the evening, well, you know, only select few know what I do then.
I feel honored. And you have a Dallas connection, right? You did post-grad work at SMU?
That's right. I spent 2 years at SMU after I got out of grad school, and enjoyed it. You know, Texas was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, so that was, you know, the weather was different than what I was used to. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard something to the extent of they get more wind than Chicago, more actual water coming down from the sky than Seattle. So, you know, you got to be tough to live in Texas.
Yes, you do. Lily's going to keep us up to date on chat room chatterbaiters, as we call them.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like we have hails from Bob White, Enola, Gabby, and Richard.
Yay!
Everybody's here.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we want to expand that, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Come on. Anyone who's watching, please say hello in the chat room. ALFIE, you got to feel proud to have Seance out. Or is it technically out next week? Or
This coming Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Very.
All right. And so this is an album, and I've been listening to it because shout out to Randy from Prime Mover Media.
He's the man.
Randy, thank you so much for connecting me with ALFIE Agnew and setting all of this up. So big thanks to Randy. Prime Mover Media. And, you know, it definitely has echoes of the Kinks in there and a little bit of the Black Album and maybe a touch of Beatles. And you know, there's more to it every time I listen to it.
Yeah, you know, it's a pretty ambitious album, you know, and Sean and I, the Madman, you know, that's really what this project was all about. You know, we're taking from our punk roots, you know, the no rules attitude, and just sort of shooting for the moon, you know, and just all of the different influences that we grew up listening to, you'll hear most of them on this album. You're right, absolutely. The 60s, you know, earliest memories were 60s with Beatles and Kinks and things like that. And then getting into the 70s with some of the prog stuff, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, some of the glam stuff like Bowie, T-Rex, and then of course some of the hard rock stuff like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin. You know, I heard that you opened the show with Two Tickets to the Afterlife, which is one of the, kind of more hard rock influenced songs. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, we were dancing to that. So thanks to our engineer for choosing that one. Thank you, Jason. So, Jason Stark.
You can't hear me. No, you can't. I do what I can. You're welcome. You're welcome.
There, you finally got to see him, Alfie.
Right on, Jason.
That's the man who runs this whole room right here.
I like to stay hidden as much as possible.
And, all right, so Sean is the madman. You're the professor. And maybe the reason this album, well, you kind of explained it, but you've got two Brits and two SoCal, musicians here, and it's a cool combination, and I really respect the numerous bass notes on this whole album, because that's the way Paul Gray is, right? And some great drumming from Rat, of course.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, when Sean and I first were putting this project together, and we were just sort of dreaming about it, thinking, what if, both of us are massive Damn fans. We're especially fond of the era with the Black Album and Strawberries and Friday the 13th. They had what I consider is the best rhythm section ever in the genre, and certainly I think it compares well even outside of the genre. Just two highly talented musicians that play, just short of coming off the rails, and it just provides such an energy. And as you mentioned, Paul's not afraid to use what he calls the dusty end of the neck, down by the pickups. He plays lead bass and somehow manages to keep it trucking.
I mean, there are so many bass notes, and I love that. I love it. This is all right, Lily. Here's the thing: the concept of this album, and please, Alfie, correct me if I'm wrong, really kind of dovetails from our show last week and the week before, is basically talking with the dead.
Gotcha.
It's kind of the theme I see in this album. Alfie, your comments?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, when you think of the title of the album, Seance, and of course the title track, which carries the main story, I would say the first half of the story anyway, it's about kind of, taking stock of where you're at, who you've known, who you've loved, and who you've lost. And the idea with the Seance is, well, we all want to go back, and think in terms of, well, all the people that are no longer with us, we'd like to say goodbye one last time. So if you pay attention to the lyrics, you'll kind of hear that. Close your eyes, blow out the candles, we're going to see our friends, meaning that the ones that are no longer with us. So it's about talking to the dead. You're right.
You're co-frontman with Sean, and so on the songs you sing, you write the lyrics?
Actually, no. Usually Sean or I will take the lead musically or lyrically, but we really do collaborate quite closely. By the time it gets on the album, it's quite a different animal than what might have been originally in my head or in Sean's head, and it's all the better for it. I think it would be wrong to think in terms of, oh, Alfie sung this song, so he wrote the lyrics or the music or anything like that. Quite often, I'll sing a primarily Sean written song and vice versa.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Lily, because I see a lot of scrolling that you're doing over there.
Sarah says, hi, Lily. Hi, Satan.
Hello, Sarah.
And Richard Nettleton says, Sunday Chatterbation.
Over here in Dallas, we either watch football or play with ourselves on Sunday afternoon.
Pretty much.
Alfie is what we do. Lily's going to tell us about her new thighs.
Ooh, I just might.
Yes.
Or I might not. You might have to wait.
No, you're always teasing us.
Yeah, you got to pay for that kind of action, man. Come on.
Yes, you do.
Alfie, look, I just want to say to all viewers and listeners, if you had any doubt of Rat Scabies joining the original Damned and getting back behind and smashing the sticks, listen to this album. It will take away any doubt you may have had about him rocking as fast as possible. And also his wonderful solo release from last year, which I think was fantastic. So hails to Rat, and it must have been really cool to work with those guys. As you said, hey, look, when the Dam came through Southern California in the late 70s and in the 80s, were you a fan then? Were you maybe at those shows?
Absolutely. I mean, I remember one of my first images of punk was the front cover of the Damn 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 album, you know, where they're all, I think Captain Smushed in Cake and Rat Scabies looks like he's licking it off his head. I think I was probably 7 or 8 years old at the time, and my older brother Rick kind of said, "Hey, Alfie, you know, check this out." And you know, I looked at that, and of course, as a little kid, I just thought that was awesome. You know, I thought, "Oh, this is something I can get behind." You know, so we put the record on, listened to New Rose and the whole album, and have been a Damned fan ever since. And one of the things I really loved about the Damned is that they always evolved. Right, just when you were getting comfortable with what they were doing, they would do something different, you know, so that ability to evolve and to continue to create and be interesting, you know, made me a lifelong fan. So I've always been a fan of the Damned. I think they're very popular in Southern California, always have been.
No kidding. Well, that's good. That's good. And same here. I've always been a lifelong fan. And it's funny what images have an impression on us when we're young music fans. And of course, that album cover, same with me.
Mm-hmm.
Keep us updated there.
Mm-hmm.
What are people chatterbaiting about?
Ooh.
Hey, Alfie, you mentioned your... Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lou.
Oh, go ahead.
You mentioned Rick. So was Rick in Adolescents with you?
He was, yeah. So I have 2 older brothers, as you might know, Rick and Frank, and they were both in the first generation of the at least the first well-known generation of the Adolescents that released the infamous Blue album. And then the second album that came out, Brats and Battalions, originally started off with the Blue album lineup, but then during the process of writing that album, Frank moved on to other things, and I replaced Frank. So it was Rick and I on that second album, Brats and Battalions. So during that time, I was playing with Rick.
And Live in a Dive is you, right?
That's right. Me, in fact, the Madman as well, because that's where I first met Sean Elliott.
Yeah.
Was in DI during that era.
Fair to say that the Damned touring that early had an influence on, you know, a lot of Southern punk rock bands, Southern California.
Absolutely. It was also, you know, one of the first records that we could get that made it all the way to the West Coast. They were in early. You know, it's funny, there's always a lot of talk about the Pistols and the Clash and so on, and fantastic. You know, they're great bands and all, but, you know, the Damned are really kind of the first over to the U.S. and certainly my personal favorite.
The first records I remember seeing are the Damned and maybe Madness, and yeah, a few scattered things that would make it over to the United States. You know?
Yeah, you know, a real great one I remember, I think right around the same time, maybe a little bit later, was it was actually a humorous band called Alberto y los Trios Paranoias, and they did a snuff rock EP, and that along with the Damn 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 cover, probably my first 2 images of punk rock. So if you haven't heard of that band, Alberto y los Trios Paranoias, check it out. They do a song "Kill" that is just so classic punk rock.
And you know,
that's really a joke.
And what about the Plugs? No one mentions them anymore, right?
Yeah.
And Ticho, he lives like near Austin now, I think. But man, you know, they had an impact on me too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there were a lot of great bands back then. One of my early favorites was Generation X. I tend to really be into the UK stuff a little bit more than the early New York stuff, which was cool too. But Generation X, The Damned, you know, some of these New York stuff that I liked wasn't really necessarily what would be called punk, but bands like Suicide, you know, Alan Vega and Martin Rev are really cool. Obviously, some of the early Velvet Underground stuff, Lou Reed, Eater, some of that stuff. But it was the UK stuff that was primarily influencing me anyway.
I see Sarah Jackson is saying punk's not dead, and she's right. So it is not. But I hope my friend Bobby is listening, because she went to, you mentioned Generation X, and now they're in Dallas, is a Billy Idol tribute band with the guy who looks like Billy Idol, and she was at that show Friday night. So.
Nice.
Or maybe it was last night. I don't know. Lily, you're going out with a musician who I think loves punk rock. He
Yes,
loves
indeed.
he loves everything. I do want to take some lessons from him.
Yes, I can see if he's interested.
Good. So the band is Professor and the Madman with Alfie, with Sean, and then Rat Scabies and Paul Gray from The Damned. This is a super fucking group.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, Alfie.
Well, I thank you for that. Thank you. It's always awesome to play with, extremely talented musicians. And, as I said earlier, when Sean and I were sitting around thinking, wow, if we could have anyone in the band, who it would be? And because of the rhythm section that we love from the Black Album, of course, Paul Gray and Rat Scabies, but we actually didn't know them at the time. This is probably 2014, 2015.
Okay.
And, it's just one of those things that worked out. Which is bizarre. So it's been awesome. It's been a wild ride. You can hear on the records, how good it sounds, largely because of them. It's been amazing to be a part of.
If you ever go over the pond, let's say in the future, you would not rule out trying to all four of you play together over there or over here, right?
Absolutely not. That would be fantastic. In fact, we've done that once back in 2008. After the Disintegrate Me album came out, we went over there and played at the legendary 100 Club, where a lot of the bands we were talking about historically got their start. And so again, it's just a good story becoming great. There we are, Sean, myself, Paul, and Rat on stage at the 100 Club in 2018.
Heck yeah!
Playing a live show to a bunch of really enthusiastic fans. It was the best show I've played in a long time. I can tell you.
That sounds like an awesome memory. And is this the club you go down in a basement, and then the capacity is probably only 150 or something?
It's exactly it. The capacity might be a little bigger. I don't remember. It was, and who knows what the legal capacity is versus the physical capacity. But it was pretty jam packed. But yeah, you absolutely go down underground. So yeah, if you're claustrophobic, probably not the best place for you. But that's what gives it its vibe, And then you go ahead and look around on the walls, and there's pictures of Paul McCartney and Keith Richards,
Rolling Stones, yeah.
All sorts of people on the wall on that same stage, and you're just going, wow, what an amazing thing to be here.
I'm stealing your thunder, Lily. I got to grab this one. Randy Hacker said, much respect to Alberto y los Paranoias. Paranoias, yeah. Hey, am I pronouncing his last name correct? I've never asked him.
Haker?
Haker. Okay, Haker.
You got it.
Sorry, Randy. No, I was mispronouncing it. Now, if you don't mind, we're going to play a little bit of the title track, and we're going to talk over it. But let's just play a minute of this. Blast it real loud, everybody. The background track you're hearing behind us is actually this full album, and then a couple tracks from Disintegrate Me. But let's go to Seance right now. We have it's actually the video, but let's listen to that for a minute or so you get a taste of what this title track is, Seance from Professor and the Madman. Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I can get into that. Woo. Yeah, that's good stuff. Lily? Right? Tell Vinny to listen to this. Because that Rat Scabies on drum. Thank you, Jason. Ooh. Hey, Alfie.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it. Get out there and get that album, guys.
Yeah, that's right. The keyboards are smoking here. Now, you play keyboards on some of the tracks?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both Sean and I, we'll play keyboards on things, piano, different organs, just to get the exact sound we have in our head. Try to get that out on the tape, so to speak.
Yeah. Sarah Jackson said, "I'm in love," and I think she means you, Alfie Agnew.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, all right. If you're a math professor, graduate level, does that maybe help in songwriting, song structure?
I think there is a lot in common between in math and music, and not to turn this into some sort of intellectual show.
No, go ahead.
Mathematics is all about patterns, and music is all about, sonic patterns or not, right? So in some sense, a non-pattern is in some sense a pattern. So
yeah,
I grew up doing music. In fact, everyone in my family is basically a musician, and so I'm kind of the black sheep that got into science and mathematics. But I didn't see a lot of difference, to be honest. Even the people, mathematicians are weird and quirky, just like musicians. So it was a seamless transition when I sort of went to that other side a bit, and it does help a lot.
And on this show a year or two ago, we actually had Monty Oxymoron from The Damned. It's one of our guests, and talk about quirky. I think he does look more like a professor.
Yeah, I guess if they were going to cast either me or Monty as a professor in a movie, they'd probably cast Monty. Yeah. I would think. I would.
Yeah, you look too regular.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So this is the third. Is this third album?
Let's see. So we have. So the first one's "Good Evening, Sir," which is kind of a goth-tinged album.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
A
lot of influences there. Christian Death, early TSOL. Sisters of Mercy, things like that. Bauhaus. I grew up loving all that stuff. Second one was called Election, which had a bit more of a punk and grunge kind of feel to it. Third one, Disintegrate Me, is quite eclectic, and then Seance. We did sneak a live album in there though from that 100 Club show.
Oh,
so technically 5, but 4. Okay. If you're just counting original studio albums.
All right. Well, very good. So you have a great website, if I recall right.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I sent that to Jason, our engineer. And this album can be purchased on Bandcamp, and then also all the regular sources, right? But including your website.
Exactly. We ran the pre-order through the website and through Bandcamp. But the usual places, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, and so on, they should be carrying stock here pretty soon.
Good. Go ahead, Lily.
Let's see. Danny says, "Hails to my creatures of the night," and good to be back in the Lurid chat. It's good to have you, Danny.
That's right. Where were you, Danny? So the chat room is actually Lurid chat, and they people go crazy over Lily.
I can understand why,
Alfie. So yeah.
Why? Thank you.
Okay, what is the Council of Purgatory? This is a freaking great song, and but I want you to explain.
Sure. So I don't want to give too much away about the story, because this is one of those albums that I think is best consumed by shutting out the world, throwing on the headphones, looking at the artwork, thinking about the lyrics, just like you might have back in the 70s, when albums were a thing, right? So the part about going to a seance is really the first part of the story. So a group of friends, they go to have a seance to say goodbye one last time to people they miss, family and friends. But when they go into the seance, they basically go on a journey that they don't realize. So imagine they're like half passed out and there's fog and everything. And so they go, the songs, different songs of the album, more or less take them through a sequence of experiences. For example, the song that we started with, the show with, 2 Tickets to the Afterlife, they're actually in hell. However, in true conform to, say, Franz Kafka, hell is not what you normally think of as hell, but rather it's a game show. So think Hell meets The Price is Right.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the lyrics, it says, we got thrills, we got chills, we got $1 million bills, and so it's just this big debauchery, right? And all you got to do is calm on down, just like in the real game shows on TV. So our friends go through that experience, and by the way, Satan is the Bob Barker, right? He's the game show host.
Love it.
And of course, at the end, you'll hear a spin of the wheel, and it's like, bankrupt almost, but instead of bankrupt, it's all you get sent to purgatory. And so our heroes go to purgatory and meet the Council of Purgatory, which are two weird alien beings.
This is my kind of concept album.
That's exactly right. We got to have fun with this stuff and use our imagination, or not, right? That's what you want to do. And so the Council of Purgatory are basically the beings that meet, the heroes, and the heroes not sure if they're welcome or not. So if you hear the lyrics are very ambiguous, and the music should also kind of support that.
Yep.
So that's what the Council of Purgatory is about, at least as far as the story goes.
I appreciate also that on the last song, the lyrics are "Do not teach to hate," or "Do not teach your children to hate," if I have that right.
That's exactly right.
So,
So I have the website now, finally.
Oh, okay, cool. We have, there it is. Look at those handsome dudes.
Nice.
ProfessorandTheMadman.com, if I have that right. And you can order material, music, and all kinds of goodies right there.
And a board game.
Swag. Oh, is it does it get me into Purgatory game?
So yes, it's the first punk rock board game, Seance.
All right.
It's a real thing. Again, creativity.
This is where our show has been going for the last few weeks, is speaking with the dead,
Pretty
communicating
much,
with the
yeah.
dead. And have you had a seance lately?
Not lately.
Well, let's turn off the lights right now and just do it.
Yeah,
right
why
here.
not?
Why wait?
Right.
Just hang tight, Alfie. We're going to try and communicate with someone.
Fantastic.
I'm just kidding. Hey, we probably got to say so long, but big congrats. Again, thank you to Randy, Prime Mover Media. But yourself and your whole band, really, for getting this album out. And look, we need music now more than ever. Is that a fair statement in the middle of a deathly pandemic?
There's no doubt about it. Music brings people together. And it also gets people to focus on things that we have in common, rather than those things that are different. And it also gets us to relax a little bit, right? I mean, reality is fine and it's important, but we don't need to spend 100% of our time there worrying about it and stressing out. So
I couldn't end this segment on a better note. That was well said. So, much respect to you, Alfie, and I really, really appreciate you taking time to spend it with us today.
My pleasure, Jay, Lily, Jason. Great talking to you. Take good care.
All right. Thanks again. We have a wonderful second guest.
We do.
Zamra Dollskin.
Yes.
Zamra. Mm-hmm. She's also from Southern California.
Interesting.
She makes latex clothing.
Ooh.
Do you have any latex dresses?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
I pretty much exclusively model latex now.
Well, talk to her. Let's get the scoop on latex.
Yeah.
Because I think I heard her say once that it's very difficult to work
goodness.
with.
Yes.
It's
awful.
And and even getting it on and off, and I don't know about that, but you can maybe testify.
Yep. Usually takes 2 or 3
Well, we can
people.
ask her because she's
She's right here.
Ooh, yeah,
ready
let's
to go.
ask.
Zamra!
Hello.
Hey guys.
It's so good to see you. Did you hear us chatting about the challenges of latex?
A little bit. It's quite the pain in the ass to work with.
And so when you're creating something, do you have to does the temperature need to be just right? Does it need to be, I don't know, are there certain elements that just have to be just right for you to really create something?
Humidity is really bad. Humidity makes glue not want to dry and stick, which is really important. So humidity's bad. Too much heat, it's bad. Too cold, I don't know that it really does a lot.
Whoa, who's this right here?
That's in my work.
All right, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's shot by Ben Britt. He's in Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ben. That is a great picture. I do remember seeing his name at the bottom.
Yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff.
You probably have worked with Ben. All right.
I have not worked with him yet.
But so Lily, our co-host, has some latex clothing.
Most of my closet.
Like skirts like that?
Some skirts, bodysuits, hoods, things like that.
And do you wear them out, or is it just special events at goth clubs?
Depends on my mood.
Okay. Will you wear one here next week?
Yeah, I just might.
And stand on the table?
I might, if it'll hold me. I don't know if it will. No.
Zamra, you're a Dallas person, right?
Yeah, born in Denton, raised in Denton.
Heck yeah, and so good. Well, when you're back in town, please reach out because it'd be great to say hi. And you're in Southern California now.
Yeah, LA.
Do you mind if we talk about this movie that caught my eye, Brides of Satan?
Yeah, that was a fun project.
Is that movie completed or nearly?
I think it's kind of like in the first part of it, and there's going to be like a second part of it.
Okay, so we have some images of Bride of Satan, some great movie posters. Look at that right there. You're co-starring with a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Satan has more than one bride.
Well, it's like Dracula, why limit himself?
Right. So, what we're going to do is show the teaser for this. It's actually a trailer / fundraiser thingy. But we're going to talk over it, okay? Is that all right, Zamra?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk over it.
You don't have a crush on me? Boo.
Hey, I put on the thirds what he tells me to write. That's all.
All right, hold on. Spike is saying something. Lily is one of the coolest people ever to work with. You should work with her. Spike Stiletto, verified and vouched.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spike.
Yeah, she's giving you a shout out too to wear some latex. I think is the hidden meaning there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe next time I'm in town, I'll dress you up and we can shoot with Ben.
Ooh, I'd like that.
Yeah, dress up Lily, shoot with Ben, and you would love working with Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're used to latex. Okay.
You are. You're very pretty.
And you know what? She has some new tattoos on her thighs.
I do. They are fresh, and that's probably why I won't be wearing latex next week.
Oh.
But we shall see. Maybe the week after. We'll see.
Hey, Zamra, I want to show you my new...
around Thanksgiving.
I want to show you my new gator thing.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It's for... I wore this for Brides of Satan. But let's watch that trailer thing now, and you talk to us over it, okay, Zamra? This, to me, is so good. This is a great movie. Look at it.
Hello. Boils and ghouls, ladies and gentlemen.
He actually is that energetic in real life.
Show us, Zamra.
Campaign for Brides of Satan. I know what you're thinking. Oh, great. Just what we need. Indiegogo crowdsourcing campaign. This one is different. I promise you, never been done before in the history of film have you seen these miscreants, derelicts, and lowlights all in one silver screen.
You're a miscreant, Zamra.
Let me tell you
I mean, probably.
Joanna Angel, Alice Malice McMunn, Rachel Rampage. Yes, very good. We got Mindy.
All these ladies really are like that hot in real life.
And countless other B films that you've seen and probably.
Yep, I have.
We've got Michael Reed from The Haunting of Alice D. We've got Serena Lorien from The House of Manson. Let's not forget everyone's favorite B movie bombshell, Sarah French. And how about that opening from Rick Gallagher? This film is like no film you've ever seen before, kid. And this is your chance to be a part of this.
I want to be
weird
part.
and strange and new, exciting project. You know you want to. Hey, wait just 1 second. Let me talk to you about.
Obviously, it's kind of like
Just look at some of these
culty,
amazing
campy,
samples.
Yeah,
more
Direct
kind of
to
awesome
video.
about the verses, but with a lot more burlesque
We've got
Preferences?
Yeah, which I love. And look, she was eating her. Yeah.
Joe Astrica
Yeah.
from the Horror
Kinda like
Convention
Wes Myers-y.
Massacre.
Yep.
And also joining us on set will be my good fiend, Tommy Jellybeans Jacobson, one of the directors of Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, Brides of Satan.
Okay. All right. So that's cool right there. Thank you, Jason. But the reason I love this film, right, Lily, is because the blood gets on the camera lens.
Oh,
I love it when
no.
that happens. That means that they don't care. Just a lot of blood everywhere.
Right.
Right, Zamra?
Yeah.
Does blood work with latex?
Yeah, it works
Yeah,
fine.
no.
As long as it's not white latex, because then it might stain. But yeah, I've been covered in blood with latex.
What events
I
are
think there's pictures somewhere.
what cool events are you going to in Southern California, or maybe used to prior to the pandemic?
Well, yeah, I used to.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a ton of there's Bondage Ball, there's Deviant's Ball, there's Vampire Ball, a lot of balls.
And
A lot of concerts, a lot of clubs.
and you are in a handful of movies, including Witchcraft 13, 14, and 15, I think.
14, 15, and 16.
Thank you. Very cool.
I get to die twice.
Yeah. Hey, we have a cool picture of you with the cast of. I think this is the cast of Brides of Satan. This is I snatched this photo.
Okay.
That's my favorite word at the moment. Malice is my fave. Sarah Jackson said that she loves Malice, and Randy sent us another link to Rat Scabies. We gotta, yeah. All right, so right here, is this like a production meeting or is this an actual scene?
No, that's a table read for Witchcraft.
Okay, and how fun or non-fun is it?
It's pretty fun.
Cool. And
I
that's-
definitely got to be kind of pals with some of my co-stars, so
yes,
it's
very
definitely on the campy side.
good. And then and so all of those other B-movie co-stars, they need some latex, right? They need some latex costumes.
They probably do. I think they don't know it, but they probably do.
Zamra Dollskin. Hey, look at this one. Freak, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my House Ravenclaw.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What'd you say, Jason?
I said nice.
He's getting turned on over there in the corner of the room.
Hey, man.
He is. I
That
can see from
happens.
here.
I'm a big nerd, okay? She's sporting both things.
But look
Uh,
at
the-
that. Look at
The
that.
big thing I missed this year is cons.
Yeah.
I've had so many cool cosplay ideas, and I'm just kind of I'll make them next year.
Hey, can people go to Dollskin Designs? Is that where they go to find more of your stuff?
Yeah, I mainly do it on Instagram now, so it's Zamra_Dollskin on Instagram or Dollskin_designs on Instagram.
Okay, so both of those.
Yeah. I mainly do custom. I don't really have stuff in stock, so
All right, so Zamra_Dollskin on Insta.
Yeah.
And Dollskin_designs. Yeah, very good. You're all Instagram all the time, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, you're like 1% of the time only are you on Facebook. The rest of it, I have to find you over there on Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
That's because Facebook people are too sensitive. They are.
Everyone is right now.
plus on Instagram you can follow cats and pigs,
Yeah.
animals, and really cool artists, so I like it better too.
Hey, I want to send you a case of Liquid Death.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, it's high pH water in a can. That is very healthy for you. They
That's
co-sponsor
cool.
our show. So later we'll chat, and if you don't mind, just send me an address where I can ship that to.
Okay, no problem.
Zamra, all right. So we touched on latex in your movies and all that, and maybe down the road we can have you on again. Is there anything else right now that's on your mind that we need to touch on?
I'm sorry, I like showing that one the
Not
most with her
Super
on.
hard.
Hold on.
You're not
What are you
doing
showing?
a lot right now, so
I'm sorry, Zamra. You're doing okay?
yeah.
Jason was showing another picture. Hang on.
Oh,
think he
yeah. Yeah.
I think he found a sexy one of you. Oh,
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Since everybody's talking about blood spatter in the chat, I figured, hey,
Yeah.
here's a little treat for you.
Yeah, that's Obscuri. He was in Dallas. I think he's in San Antonio now.
Yep. Well,
He
shout
does
out,
a lot of blood work.
shout
really,
out
really
to
well.
Obscuri. Absolutely, yes. Heck yeah. So Ben Britt, Obscuri, you've worked with the best.
Yeah. I tried to work with as many people as I could before I left, so. And I like people that do kind of the weirder, creepier stuff. Not
Yeah.
just like, look at me, I'm pretty.
Right, Obscuri is definitely that.
Yeah.
How did he peel the skin off you where we see your ribs right there?
A special trick.
Zamra, thank you for spending time with us, and all the best to you. Thanksgiving coming up, so I wish you the best, and let's talk again soon.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Latex for Lily. Hashtag.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Send me
Yeah.
your measurement.
Yay.
Yeah, send her your measurements.
Yeah, I just might.
Latex for Lily. There we go. New hashtag. Ow! Thank you, Zamra. Thank you for spending time with us.
Yeah, she's gone.
All right. Well, I'm just talking to the ether. Now, man, people get excited.
It's
over
kind of what
Zamra.
we do all night here is talk to the ether. It's just some people happen to be there
Right.
sometimes.
Lily-
Other times.
Danny Gorton. Lily should totally do a photo shoot inspired by H.R. Geiger. See, what a great idea.
Possibly, yeah.
All the best ideas come from our viewers and fans.
That's true.
They're smart people.
They are.
They probably voted
They probably did.
because they're smart.
I mean, they know what's good. They're watching us. So
Blood
I mean,
episode.
Yeah.
Rich,
No, we're not splattering crap in the studio. I'm not cleaning that up.
no, but
So
Richard
trusted
Richard
that
said we
right
need
now.
a blood episode. That was a good idea.
We can do that
I
outside.
mean, we
because
do have a shower in the studio now.
See, Jason?
no, that's
We
for
have a shower
people. That's not to wash down the walls. That's no. not
Okay, but
really.
look, if you get like liquid in your hair, I'm referring to blood. Is this okay? Is
Yeah. I don't mind it,
all
usually.
right. Okay, good. All right, so you can wash your hair easily then, and good.
Yeah.
Do you have special stuff that gets stuff out of your hair? Regular shampoo.
Yeah, it just washes out.
Hey, we have a lot of cool things coming up.
Ooh,
We
what's
do,
coming up?
including whatever order Jason wants to show these in. But these are amazing events this week, including right there. Corpsepaint Show presents Astyonics.
Ooh.
Maleficus is opening. A Devil's Daydream is main support. So get your tickets now. That's at Gas Monkey. It's outdoor stage. It's safe. You wear your mask, socially distanced, and so we're sponsoring that one.
Yeah, I can't
Thursday.
wait.
Thursday. And then the following Thursday is The Scandals with Mondo's Bizarros, a Ramones tribute band, and Criminal Pogo. So shout out to, Mondo's Bizarros. What a strong Ramones, a presence they have on stage.
Yeah.
Criminal Pogo's newer punk band. So this is a night of great punk rock. And then, of course, The Scandals TX.
Yeah.
That's on the 19th. We have one on the 20th. That one, November 20th. So this is before Thanksgiving. All Hallows Eve, Typo Negative tribute with Blonde Sabbath, and Moonverse album release night. Heck yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna be a good
excited.
one. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. November is
All those
great
produced.
month.
Yes, right.
And here's one that is I think we need a show. So I'm gonna pull this off. Hold on.
All right, dude.
How about that? How about
Okay. Tuesday night at my house. If you want to attend, message me. Okay. So I'm screening this movie. It is going to be just on it's going to be screened virtually. Okay. At my house on Tuesday. Rock Against Racism. The name of the movie is White Riot, and it's about the movement called Rock Against Racism in the late 70s, early 80s in Britain, when punk started to be infiltrated by some Nazis and the groups that fought back against that sort of foothold that neo-Nazis were trying to make into punk rock.
Gotcha, yeah.
We're giving away So if you show me you ordered that movie, you're giving away a couple of books by David Renton, including Fascism, what is it, History and Theory? And this one also called Never Again, Rock Against Racism, and the Anti-Nazi League. Giving away a couple of books and some Joe Strummer Joe Strummer Foundation calendars for 2021. So we got a lot of cool things to give away, but that is a documentary that is sponsored by Texas Theater. But you order it online and watch it privately. So I'll be doing kind of a watch party at my house on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you and Vinny can make it, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll see if we can come.
Yes, please. And then we'll have a little discussion online afterwards, and I'll give away some of these freebies too. So, all right. So Danny said hashtag lurid latex. That's
I
better.
do have some
That's better.
things that are going to be released in hopefully the next week. So we shall see.
No, talk to me. What do you mean? Going to be released?
I've done
Some
several.
new photos.
Yeah, several photo shoots recently. We're starting to get the edits back, so we'll do a big release of those.
With some latex. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Got a lot of brand partners, so
Well, great. So lurid latex makes sense then.
yes, absolutely.
Danny? Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys will like it, but we'll see.
Now, is it part of OnlyFans, or is it going to be safe for all eyes?
We took some safe content and then some not so Facebook content. So that will be on OnlyFans.
I thought maybe that was coming.
Yep. Gotta love Facebook.
All right, so very excited about all those events coming up, and a big thank you to Ziggy Becker, who helps produce this show, and Jason over there on the board. We appreciate him. ALFIE AGNEW for spending time with us. Fucking punk royalty.
Right.
He is, man.
He
Adolescents, playing now with 2 members of the Damned. And of course Zamra.
Of course.
And Randy Haker for putting together ALFIE on our show. So, what else have we forgotten?
Let's see.
Drink liquid death, wear a mask, and celebrate America because we survived and everything might be okay now. Lily, what else, man?
I don't know.
So, all right. So, yeah, let Vinny know. I'm really
I
interested.
will.
Yeah, and I know we got to talk about a couple other things. I got to talk about a couple other things with him, but
Yeah, I'll
See if you can
check
make it out
our
Tuesday.
schedule on Tuesday and see if we can pop by.
as a heads up, I DJ every Thursday at Reno's in Dallas, and that's a goth night, and it's been going really fun and really well there on Thursday nights. What else do we have that I sent you, Jason?
That's it, but I mean, we are out of time, so.
Oh, well.
It is time.
See how he is?
It has to, hey, man. Hey, you know, even the devil needs a break, right? So.
That's true.
Professor and the Madman. Professor, you're the smart one. Madman, he's the madman. Adios for now. Hey, guess what we have next week? It looks like we have lined up Massive Ego, which is a goth band from the UK.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, and they are freaking fantastic.
Awesome,
I have
yeah.
their songs in my playlist all the time. Great dark wave goth band.
Right on.
See you then. We want you to elevate your life by going underground. By that we mean supporting independent art, independent music, independent print, independent movies.